Hello, my beautiful people. My name is Indy Maxine Weir, and I am the International Coordinator of the Taraba Human Rights International Film Festival. I am here to tell you so much about this film festival and how you can participate and benefit from this film festival. So talking about film festivals, I'm sure you've heard of the popular ones like the Toronto International Film Festival, the Berlin International Film Festival, and of course you have the Venice International Film Festivals, who have made impact, global impact, over the years on the film industry. And much like these film festivals, the Taraba Human Rights Film Festival intends to make such an impact. But you know what? It is unique. It is talking about human rights, and that is the area we intend to impact using films. I mean, for our foreign participants, you have already sent your entries, over 1,000 of them from 100 countries all across the globe. We need you to come down to Taraba so that we can sit down together and go through them, go through our collective history, what has been, what is right now, and what should be. Together we can come up with the standard of what human rights should be in our
Good afternoon and welcome to Business Daily on SOM TV, the pulse of the nation. I am Abraham Joda. Join us as we explore the latest business trends and insight shaping our nation. You can watch us on Facebook at SOM TV and on YouTube at SOM TV Live. We are also inviting investors to explore the vast opportunities available in Taraba State. Let us dive into the pulse of Nigeria's business landscape and uncover the potential for growth and development. Here are the major headlines. CBN cuts Ways and Means advances to federal government by 59% in boost for reforms. Oil prices plummet below $60 as OPEC accelerates output hikes. The Central Bank of Nigeria has significantly reduced its Ways and Means advances to the federal government by 59%, signaling a shift towards fiscal and monetary discipline. According to the CBN's 2024 financial statement, this will promote economic stability and reform. The reduction comes as the CBN reported a 9.4 trillion FX devaluation loss, which wiped out operating gains, liquidity management costs, and liquidity management costs of $3 trillion. Despite these challenges, the CBN advances is seen as a positive sales towards economic reforms and stability. With the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) over $2.9 billion meant for refining. And Kaduna refineries, including arrested, when we come back, Business Daily continues.
Countries using films to tell our stories and to give our recommendation, if you know what I mean. Being out here is so refreshing. It takes me to the second reason why you should be part of the Taraba Human Rights International Film Festival in person. Fun fact, You know that Taraba State is home to the Mambila Plateau, which is known for its beautiful scenery and cool weather. I can tell you this for free. I am looking forward to that. And that's not all. It is home to the Kashimbila Game Reserve, where there are different animals and you get to experience them. You gotta have that safari feel. And also, it doesn't stop there. There is the Pitako Hills, very amazing rock formations, and you just see the beauty in it. You see, I don't even know, it makes you speechless. And then you go to building up to the Baruch waterfalls. I mean, you've got me on that alone. It is going to be an amazing experience, and I think you should be here in person, especially to our foreign participants, because it's going to leave you in awe. And now to our local participants, I have a question for you. What if you have the platform that could make your dreams come true? And yes, you do. That is what the Taraba International Human Rights Film Festival is going to do for you. It's going to be a platform where you can showcase your work, showcase your talent, and even network with other participants from all over the world. We're expecting foreign participants to come, participants that you could interact with, to make very beautiful partnerships. It is an opportunity for you to take your work to a global level. Tell me you wouldn't want that. So you may ask, how is Tariff going to benefit the government? But I have this to say, Tariff is going to be an opportunity for the government to promote its cultural.
Welcome back to Business Daily on SOM TV. Oil prices have taken a significant hit, falling over $2 per barrel in Asian trade on Monday. This downturn comes as OPEC decides to further accelerate oil output hikes, sparking concerns about increased supply in a market already clouded by uncertain demand. Brent crude futures dropped to $59.08 per barrel, while the U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude fell to $56 per barrel. The decision by OPEC to raise production quotas by 411 barrels per day in June has led to expectations of a global supply surplus. According to Tim Evans, founder of Evans on Energy, the May 3 OPEC decision to raise production quotas another 411,000 barrels per day for June adds to the market expectation that the global supply-demand balance is moving to a surplus. In response, Barclays and ING has lowered their Brent crude forecast, with Barclays reducing its forecast to $66 per barrel for 2025, and ING expecting an average of $65 per barrel this year. The Central Bank of Nigeria has reported a significant increase in currency management costs, with expenses rising by over 300% in 2024. According to the CBN's audited financial statement, currency issue expenses reached $315.18 billion, up from $37.67 billion in 2023. This surge is attributed to the operational demands of managing cash supply across the country, particularly during periods of acute shortages. CBN efforts to stabilize the financial system involved mass printing of new notes, retrieval, and the destruction of old notes, which attracted high operational costs due to nationwide distribution challenges. Despite the high costs, the CBN posted a surplus in its 2024 financial year, reversing a deficit recorded in 2023, and attributed the turnaround to tighter operational control and improved external reserve management. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is set to hold a high-level meeting with the leadership of Nigeria's power generation companies to address the over 4 trillion naira debt owed to them by the federal government. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, disclosed this in a statement, highlighting the meeting's aim to find a mutually agreeable solution to the lingering debt crisis threatening the stability of Nigeria's electricity supply chain. The federal government has committed to immediately offsetting a significant portion of the debt, with the remaining balance to be addressed through structural financial instruments, including promissory notes, within a 6-month timeline. The government acknowledges the critical role GenCos play in the sector and is ready to resolve legacy issues affecting power generation and payment shortfalls. The meeting is expected to set the tone for critical decisions that could shape the future of electricity generation and delivery in Nigeria. The Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries and its allies plan to accelerate oil production increases, potentially adding 2.2 million barrels per day to the market by November if non-compliant members fail to adhere to output quotas. This move marks a significant shift in the group output strategy, driven largely by Saudi Arabia's efforts to punish members exceeding their quotas, such as Iraq and Kazakhstan. Oil prices have already shown signs of weakness, with crude falling below $60 per barrel in April, a 4-year low. UBS oil analyst Giovanni Stuonovo expects the market to react negatively to the news unless crude exports indicate improved compliance within OPEC. The increased production could further pressure already fragile oil prices, potentially impacting Nigeria's revenue and naira stability. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, has issued a stern warning to airlines operators, threatening stricter sanctions for those who fail to scale back flight operations when aircraft are grounded due to technical issues. NCAA's Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection, Michael Achimugu, emphasized that airlines should adjust their flight schedules accordingly and avoid selling tickets for non-serviceable routes. This warning follows a recent development concerning Air Peace, which was summoned by the Directorate General of Civil Aviation due to ongoing complaints of chronic flight delays and cancellations. The DGCA urged Air Peace to trim its operation to match the size of its available aircraft fleet. The NCAA's increased scrutiny and stricter enforcement aims to improve the reliability of Nigeria's aviation sector, addressing both technical capacity and passenger demand. Ecobank Transnational Incorporated (ETI) has released its audited Q1 2025 results, reporting a pre-tax profit of 267.305 billion naira, which is approximately $174.9 million, reflecting a 2.68 year-on-year increase. The group gross earnings rose by 16.59 year-to-year to 1.05 trillion naira, driven by robust growth in both interest and non-interest income. According to Ecobank CEO Jeremy Awori, the bank achieved a return on tangible shareholder equity of 30.5% and a profit after tax attributable to shareholders of $84 million, marking a 22% increase. The bank's strong performance was driven by a solid rise in core operating income, with interest income contributing nearly 66% of total earnings. Non-interest incomes also saw significant growth, led by strong performances in cash management and credit-related services. Ecobank balance sheet remained robust, expanding by 1.23 trillion naira in Q1 2025 to reach 44.54 trillion naira, with customer deposits rising 4.97 year-on-year to 33.2 2.08 trillion naira. The Nigerian equity market extended its bullish runs in the trading week ended May 2, 2025, with the all-share index gaining to 289.96 points, a 0.27% week-on-week increase. The index climbed from 105,752.61 to 106,042.57 points, driven by increased investor participation and a notable shine from the consumer goods sector. Trading activity was robust, with volume rising by 18.65% to 2.1 billion shares. The NGX Consumer Goods Index outperformed other sectors, rising by 2.89% on double-digit gains in Cadbury and Nigerian breweries. The all-share index has continued its upward trajectory, recently crossing the 106,000-point threshold, a key psychological level that signals strengthening bullish momentum. Looking ahead, sustained investor confidence and strong price movement are expected to play a pivotal role in maintaining market stability. Access Holdings have announced the appointment of Mrs. Ibironke Adeyemi as its independent non-executive director, effective April 15, 2025. This strategic move strengthens the diversity and expertise within its board, aligning with the company's commitment to inclusive leadership. Mrs. Adeyemi brings over 30 years of experience in finance, management, and governance, making her a valuable addition to the board. Mrs. Adeyemi currently serves as Managing Director of Chrisland Schools Limited and holds board positions at Chrisland University and other institutions. She has extensive experience in finance, education, and corporate governance, which aligns with Access Holdings' strategic priorities. The company has also confirmed the resignation of Mr. Oluseyi Kumakpayi, effective March 11, 2025, ensuring compliance with CBN's corporate governance guidelines. The Bureau of Public Procurement (BPP) has officially launched the Nigerian Procurement Certification Portal, a centralized digital platform aimed at training, assessing, and certifying procurement professionals across the country. The development was announced in a press release signed by Zira Zaka Naga, Head of Public Relations at BPP. This initiative is part of the Sustainable Procurement, Environment and Social Standard Enhancement Project supported by the World Bank. The certification program will be implemented in phases, starting with 6 centers of excellence, and includes collaboration with affirmative procurement to promote gender sensitivity. Over 7,000 procurement officers have already been trained, with 30% being women. The Head of Civil Service of the Federation has announced plans to make procurement certification mandatory for officers, with the Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation revising the public service rules and other related circulars. That's all on Business Daily, but before we go, here's a recap of the headlines. CBN cuts Ways and Means advances to federal government by 59% in boost for reforms. Oil prices plummet below $60 as